Listen, do you wanna know a secret?
Boop, 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 boop.
I'll just you see me quiet. I might be like, I said, motherfucker.
Hi Eddie, my name is Chris from Chris Cantada Force. I'm a YouTuber from the Philippines. Great to meet you.
Good to meet you too, Chris.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good. I saw Axel F, and just in the first few minutes, I saw everything I loved about the Beverly Hills Cop movies. The driving montage, the undercover Axel, the 80s soundtrack. It just brought back so many good memories of me enjoying these films growing up. So, coming back to this franchise, what were the things you missed about playing Axel? And did you need time to get back into that headspace, or was it just like riding a bike?
Yeah, it was just like riding a bike. I hadn't missed him because I kind of leave it on the set when I finish playing a character. And if I want to see it, it's Beverly Hills Cop is always on. It's always on in the background, television. It's always on cable or something. So it was easy to fall back into the character.
We developed those characters in the first one, and they were kind of solidified into us. And our relationship, me and Judge and Eddie, was pretty solid. And we just fell right back into it and went right to work. It was no problem at all.
What was the main reason you decided to make this fourth movie after 3 decades since the third one?
Well, the main reason was because we had a script that was good. And personally, I thought that the third installment of the Beverly Hills Cop series was kind of soft compared to the other two. And I was like, I don't want to leave it out there soft like that. How do we fix it? And that's why we kept developing. It took 15 years to get the right script. And once we had the right script, it was like, okay, now let's do this. And we still can kind of, I still kind of resemble Axel Foley. So let's get this and make this movie.
Jerry Bruckheimer was back producing, and I knew Eddie wasn't going to do it unless the script was right. And I met with Mark Malloy, the director, and he said, I want to go back to the 80s. I said, I love that idea.
After growing up watching these movies and now you're a part of it, was there something that surprised you when working on this film? Like something you didn't realize that you loved about the story, the characters, or even the actors themselves until you were finally in that world yourself?
You know what is surprising about working with Eddie Murphy? Most of his focus was not on the laughs. He was often talking about, how can we make sure this feels real? How do we make sure this feels human, honest? I think that's a big part of what I love and what so many people love about Eddie Murphy, whether we realize it or not. As big and bombastic as his performances can sometimes be, there's always that core of honest humanity. And working with him really made that clear to me.
So music is a big part of Beverly Hills Cop. When you hear the theme song, you know it's from this film. If Axel Foley only had one song he could play over and over in his police car, what would it be and why? It doesn't necessarily have to be from the film. It can be any music. What would you think?
I don't know, because I'm a big music fan, and there's so many songs that I like. But if I had to be in a situation to where I could only play one song over and over again, it would probably be some Beatles song. And I can't picture which one because I love so many of the Beatles songs. But it would be a Beatles song. It'd be a whole different Beverly Hills kind of driving. Listen, do you want to know a secret?
The heat is on, probably, from the movie.
Yeah, it would be Axel F, that quintessential Beverly Hills Cop theme. I listened to this quite a few times while I was making this movie. I have this very fond place in my heart for that piece of music. I remember learning to play it when I was a little boy. It's one of the first melodies I ever learned to plunk out on the piano. Boop, 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 boop. So I listen to it all the time.
You may play Axel Foley's sidekick in this film, but you are no sidekick when it comes to the work you put in with all the roles you've gotten to play. What was the best lesson you learned in your earlier career that you made sure to keep with you until today?
Well, here's a really simple one. Make eye contact with people. Look someone in the eye when you're talking to them. It's a lot more powerful than you might imagine. And it's the key to acting. you do it even more than in real life. If you want your performance to be powerful, it's a lot about your eye line. But it's true in real life as well. I would recommend anybody watching this right now, pay attention to where you're looking. And when you're trying to communicate with somebody, look them in the eye.
Is there a fond memory you'd like to share about filming the first 3 films? Maybe something you forgot, but suddenly remembered when you were shooting the 4th one?
Yeah, because it's interesting when you're making a movie, there are very few fond memories while making a movie, because making a movie, for me, is not a fun process. I have a fond memory of seeing a movie cut together and the movie playing well in the audience, and that memory is fun. But when I think about the actual day-to-day being on the set, it's like work. Making a movie is really the closest you can get in show business to really working. So much of it is sitting around and waiting, and it's just, once you finally get to do a scene, you got to do it over and over and over and over again till they beat all the words out of it. That's the challenge, to make it feel fresh, because we got to do it so many times. It's just not a fun process. You see me quiet, I might be like, I say, motherfucker.
So yeah, that's all. Thanks for your time. I just have to say, your films were one of the things I really enjoyed growing up. I was born in 1985, so Beverly Hills Cop 3 and Coming to America were the ones I heavily rewatched as a kid. Actually, Beverly Hills Cop 3 is my favorite, maybe because it's what I watched so much as a kid. I think Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 were pretty much more adult for my age at that time.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop 3 took place in like a Disneyland type place.
Yeah, so it was my childhood for sure. So getting to talk to you today is just mind-blowing to me. So thank you so much.
God bless you, bro.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good one now.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you very much.
I was born in 1985, so naturally, the movies I grew up to were practically your movies. I first saw you in Angels in the Outfield, then in my teen years with 10 Things I Hate About You, and so on. So getting to chat with you today was such a treat. So thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Well, it's great to talk to you.
Okay, take care.
See you again. Bye-bye.